Good morning. So let's go over yesterday's trade. I don't recall whether or not I called this zone out. That was 29,906 and a quarter. But I think I did. And I took a trade. I took a sim trade. Right. I drew the zone as soon as this move went up. I drew the zone out. Price came back into this or to this level, and we had one touch, and then the second touch. I think I took an entry here, and then I got out here. But that was a sim trade. Once again, I'm leaving money on the table here because I got another opportunity here to take an entry long. Though price was moving strong right here, that did worry me, but yeah, it worried me to the point where I didn't take the trade here, where it would have given me a 5-to-1 return had I entered here. So if price moves quickly down and you think price will rebound off this level, take the entry. Don't second guess yourself. And this morning, I didn't take a trade last night. Price wasn't showing anything that I liked. However, this morning there was this area which I didn't draw out. This is off the 15-minute chart, and I think I'd just gotten up around this time, and then I knew there was 8:30 news today, which came in right at about here, which pushed price higher. Had I drawn this zone out much earlier, I definitely would have considered this area as an entry, but this would have been obviously the better entry because this is discount. Like I said, I like to get a 1-to-1 back, so this would have been the 1-to-1 had I taken entry here. Here I might have considered that somewhat late, but if this is what I was going off of, then this has to be the next zone where price can reach. So right now we're getting a rejection off this supply zone. See if it move higher. I mean, there's a chance, because when price moved down here, I initially thought, oh well, this is gap. The price hasn't filled yet, and I thought, oh, maybe we can get a rejection somewhere around here, and then price will push down. I mean, there's still that scenario where price can reject at this supply area, which would be high of day. So there's still a chance that price can reject here and start moving down. However, there by no means just because the zone here that price will stop and move down. We can still move all the way back up here, right? So yesterday's high of day. I mean, it's been a while since we had price move down. Like yesterday, if anybody watched the stream, you noticed that I said that, price has not moved down after making new highs, right? If it was just temporary. So look at the amount of new highs we made, right? Price stop here, got the move up, And then again, we'll make newer highs, and then it finally broke. So let's see what price does today. But yeah, just looking back at this, it's just another missed opportunity. Even though sellers were still in control here, I was still thinking longs. And yeah, so price held at 906 and a quarter. Today I'd like to get a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 possible. And again, it might just be 1-to-1 today. So I need 4 more days of making $150 in order to get a payout from Lucid. My goal is to get to 4,000, if not close to that, so then you're able to withdraw 50% of that. So if price does come back up here, I don't know if I'll take this long position. I mean, the setup is there, as well as a rejection up here, where price can just push all the way through. So if I do take a loss, it's definitely an acceptable loss, because once again you're following the system, right? Don't ever feel bad if you've taken a loss following the system versus guessing where you think price would go. Had I taken an entry, say here or here, I would have pointed back to here as my reason for entering. And if price went against me, then I'd say, that's still a good entry, right? Whether it be here or here. Let's see if we get a rejection, because this zone still, I think it wicked. Let's take a look. Yeah, so it wicked in the 5-minute, or 15-minute, sorry. It wicked off the 15-minute. I'll switch to the 5. Oh, same thing. So anytime we get that wick, it's Looks like it's a fake out and we could get the push lower. So I'm anticipating possibly taking shorts. The price does go down and break the swing low. There's all this area the price can get to, so the target off the 5-minute right now would be around, what's that, 184.75. However, price does come down, I gotta definitely look at this level. I think the price can hold, or it could just break through, and this would definitely be the next level we're looking at off the 15-minute. And this is first area the price can get to of the 5-minute. If price does come back down, but I'm more keen on this zone. Yeah, similar with the 15-minute. Looking for any divergence. Definitely divergence earlier this morning off the MNQ at about 111 as price started to retrace. It was 111. So right around this area. So once price gets to that level, you want to see, and you want to see when this price starts retracing, and sometimes the clues are on the MNQ. That's why I have it up as well. It's also helping me out in terms of determining where price is gonna go. And there's divergence off there earlier this morning. So if anybody is trading past midnight, you could get an entry right here. I'd say it was at 843.75. So right around here. Okay, market is open. Let's see what happens. Could put in a buy order. I think I'm too late. I still could have gotten in. So this zone is actually off the 30-minute. If you're wondering why that color is different from these other ones. Once again, right, my blue's the 5-minute, gray's the 15-minute, and any other shade could either be the 2-minute, or like I said, this is the 30-minute. Getting a lot of wicking here, which isn't great if you're looking for a long position. But if you're in the trade, then you're in the trade, right, based on this last swing high. As you notice, sometimes I'll take the entry and sometimes I won't. Let's see if there's enough support off the 6 or the 10. I mean, if you get stopped out here, you could think of taking in re-entering the trade at 93.75. So I am getting divergence off this part. That's what I'm seeing right now off the NQ. So would have got stopped out there. And I'm also seeing it off the MNQ as well. There's divergence off the MNQ. If we're going short, I'm looking for a pullback. An entry here would have been good. I'm looking for a clean pullback off of the MNQ. See if there's any support off this 50 EMA. Okay, I'm getting a pullback off the MNQ. The only news we had was this morning, I believe. So this was the push-up from this morning's news. But other than that, there's nothing else today. definitely could be support to push price back up. Now I'm targeting this pullback. Getting some resistance off the 6 and the 10. Price can definitely go any direction right now. I mean, it's also getting support off the 10 and the 80. Took off my order, I just wasn't sure. Maybe I can get another pullback. Get another pullback, I might look at taking the entry again. this could definitely be a push back up. A lot of times when you see this combination. I mean, unless this was an engulfing candle, then certainly looking for the long, or possibly. Now we're below the zero on the MACD. So sell position, I do like the sell position. I mean, had I stayed in this trade right off this last swing low, which is B textbook for the move down, had I taken the entry here. Let's see if we can get a strong push right through. Maybe a little bit of pullback and then a continuation down. I am seeing divergence off the MNQ, so at this point I gotta be cautious. So this might be where price starts retracing back up. I don't think there's anything off the, yeah, so this was the level, right, that I thought price could get to first. And then could get a bounce off there. Got the strong push. Let's see if we can get the continuation down. I took the entry earlier. That's definitely a 1-to-1. some sellers can step in and push this price down. They don't like this move, but we're gonna stay in this. This takes me out on back to, I think, break even. See if we can get a correction here. Okay, so I'm out. See if we can find another setup. I still had divergence happening. So that definitely something I could have kept on the back of my mind, just thinking was when price got to this point. So right now the zone did hold up this earlier zone right here. So that's off the 15-minute. Let's see the 5-minute. So yeah, quite similar. Now price does come back here. I'm gonna take another entry short. That's if it comes back here. And at that point, I think I'm gonna hold for possibly all the way down here. So that'd be like a 5-to-1 is what I'd be looking for. And I'm getting a rejection off the 50 and the 80 MA. I mean, off the MNQ, even though price did break through. Worst case scenario, I mean, it taps us in here and then takes us out again. Probably equal lows at this point. So let's see what happens. I don't think this zone will hold till we get to this point again and price pushes down. I mean, we're still below the 50 for the MACD, so I like sells there. However, we still could get this lower high move, push price back up, and then go up higher. So I gotta be ready for that as well. Right? I gotta close out this order and get a buy order ready. The price could go sideways, which is what we don't want. I'm willing to take an entry either above or below it. Knowing that price can do that. We do get more higher lows. I like that. That could definitely be an indication for price to go back up. I definitely don't want to get caught up in here. But like I said, I'm willing to take that shot depending on what happens. Let's see if we can get support off this area here to go up. If not, this is still my target. If price does come back down, this is still the target to go short. Okay, so this, we're starting to see this happen, hopefully. Right now, off the MNQ, I'd say sellers are still in control. We're closer to the 50 or the 0 level for the MACD, so price can definitely go any direction right now. Let's see if we can get some support to go higher. Like if price comes up for the 1-to-1, I'll still hold even if we get a pullback. Definitely not living this move. So if this takes me out, I'm probably done for today. Because then at this point I only have so many outs. Because if we're going short and I'm targeting this area, I might look at the micros off the MNQ. That's my only other shot. I definitely don't want to blow this account. I mean, even though I have another one waiting. If we can get a push up here, that'd be great. A nice strong bullish candle here would be wonderful. Okay, so I'm taking out. Oh, so at this point I gotta stop for the day. So I've taken 2 L's, and I believe I only have. I gotta do the calculations in terms of how many more stops I have based on my trading. Like I said earlier, right? I'm like, I could get chopped up. I don't want to get caught in here. I decided to take the chance based on this swing low and this higher low. So it didn't work out this one. That's okay. So now if I wanted to stay in this or still trade today, I'll be trading off the MNQ. An entry point here to go long again would have been a consideration. So let's see if anything's happening off the 5-minute. Definitely would have got the 1-to-1 with a re-entry here. However, at this point, like I said, I've already taken 2 losses. The most I've taken, I think the most trades I've taken in one day was 3, and that was after 2 losses. So re-enter here, looking for that 2 to 1 here. Now I would move my stop loss to about break even. So even though I've taken those losses, I'm still like analyzing in terms of what I would do if I was still in the trade. That's something I recommend other traders do. It's actually good to keep analyzing. This way you still have that positive frame of mind even though you've taken the loss. This zone might still be in effect. So price has to break through here in order to go up higher. Yeah, I mean, you can only laugh about it at this point, or seriously, I can only laugh about it at this point. Yeah. Gets you the 2 to 1 entry area, 2 to 1, and some. Yeah, I didn't want to take that entry again, right? You could look at possible entry here to go back up higher. Or this is discount, and we're going to go lower. I mean, for a beginner, this would probably kill you, knowing that price is going up and you don't have a piece of this action right now. And that's something I've learned not to do, is to try catch a move that's spiking. Stops here, moves up again, this would be textbook. it's just unfortunate I took a earlier loss here, and then I took another loss here. But you have to be realistic, right? Like, what if I took an entry here, right? Price comes up here, rejects, and goes down again. That's the other outcome that can happen. So I'm not sure if I've taken, I think I've taken 3 losses before, all in one day, which has taught me to take 2 losses and then stop for the day. I don't want to look back and think, well, you know, today I took 2 losses, and then the third one would have worked out, and everything's fine and dandy, but you have to prepare for when it doesn't go that direction. So I'll come back another day. I'm not sure if I think I've only had one 30-minute zone actually work out. Yeah, this. See if we see anything off the 15-minute. No, that was a straight move up, so this was discount. And if you heard me say earlier that this could be a zone, right? It's the things I say and the things I don't do. Is always thinking of the possibility, right? I said, you know, I like the zone better, so I didn't draw the zone out here on the 15-minute. What happened? It gets to the zone, and I take an entry at this spot right here, where it takes me out. The irony. At this point, we move on. I'm gonna call it a day. Hopefully, everybody else is doing better than I am. I did speak about not continuing with the live stream and taking a break. That's what I plan on doing, unless I have a change of heart. I will still be, actually I might, I don't want to say I still will. I might still do the live streams, but I'll have it on private. It's going to be for my own analysis. I find it really beneficial when I'm trading and I'm talking. It makes a difference, and I can always go back and see the mistakes I've made or missed opportunities based on my thought process. Take care, and maybe I'll see you next month.